So forgive me for not being able to look at you the whole time. I'm driving, and that tends to be the time where I can really say what I want to say, because I don't have kids in the car, I don't have anybody in the car, I can just kind of say it. And I'm really hoping that what I'm going to talk about today helps somebody somewhere, because, oh my God, I am not the only person who has been through this or went through it or anything else. And then also with that, I mean, I have prayed and thought about it and analyzed it and everything. And I've decided to finally break my silence and, again, hope that this helps somebody. So, for the past 3 years, I have been in a relationship with somebody. Well, let's be straight, with a woman. I'm a lesbian. Anyway, and when we first got together, it was very flashy. She has a lot of money. And we did like big vacations, went on cruises and there was a lot of flashiness, and it was like, wow, this is awesome. And growing up in a well-to-do family, it was very second nature, I guess. So anyway, and there were some issues from the beginning. She very much wanted to be in control of a lot of stuff, and I just kind of shrugged it off because, again, I was having fun. And I fell for her really, really hard. A lot harder than I thought that I would, because I had just come out of a relationship, and with that, I probably should have taken some time off. I didn't. I just jumped right back into another relationship. So, but I've kept kind of a diary of sorts. I mean, basically, like in my phone, in the notes, I have written or typed like journal entries. And the very first one that I typed out was in April, and we started dating in December. And it was basically, I don't understand why she acts this way. I don't understand when she gets mad, why she screams at me and yells at me and blames me for everything, and I can't talk to her, and she's being really degrading and saying really mean things about one of my children, and that right there, I should have just stopped. But I didn't. So fast forward, at the time I had a house. My kids were in phenomenal schools. Wasn't totally happy with my job, but you know what? It is what it is. But for the most part, I had a lot. Things were going well. I wasn't really happy in the city that I was living in. I wanted to get out of the city, and I think I just let too many things cloud my vision. So I left my job, I left my house. My oldest decided that he did not want to move with me, so he moved in with my parents. So in essence, I left my child. I had animals that I got rid of, gave them all away except for one, to move in with my girlfriend and start a new life. And I thought that this was going to be it, and it was going to be great, and it was going to be all rainbow and sunshine and happiness and all that great stuff. And it wasn't. It was a lot of drama, and it wasn't always drama. I don't want that people. There was a lot of really good times, But when it was bad, it was really, really bad. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, let's just have an argument and get over it. It was, let's have an argument and it's immediately my fault, no matter what it was. It could have been something that she had done. It was always my fault. And I was the bad guy, and nobody likes me, and I don't have any friends, and everybody loves her, and she's so caring, and I take advantage. And I mean, like, it was, say anything you can do to put me down and make me feel like shit. I couldn't ever have a conversation with her about anything that was bothering me that she had done, because immediately she would take it and flip it, and again, it would be my fault, and I would have to be the one to apologize because I was being heartless or selfish or, I mean, I don't even know, whatever. So, anyway. So fast forward, I mean, and there was a lot of stuff, and I want to get into more of it, and maybe even read like some of my journal entries. But fast forward to the present. And in the past 2 months, we have been out of town and gone more than we've been here. I have to get up and go to work every day. I mean, that's how I pay my bills. And I mean, and I'm a home organizer, so I mean, I have to get up and go. She doesn't. Again, she has a lot of money, and she can basically wake up in the morning and have $25,000-$30,000 that's been deposited in her bank account overnight. And good for her. I mean, that she has done so well in her life to be able to do that, that is awesome. But that's another thing she put me down over. She decided to focus on her career. She did not have children. I decided to have children, and my career has come second. So, you know, and it is what it is. There's not, I'm happy that I decided to be a mom. I'm happy that this is, I mean, yes, as far as jobs, I wish that there were things that I had focused on more, but again, I would not change any of the time that I've been able to spend with my children. I would not exchange that for a job any day of the week. Anyway, so let's see. There were 3 different incidences. One of them was very, I mean, I would understand her getting pissed off. I would have been, feelings would have been hurt, would have had a conversation, whatever. I talked about her. I did. And it was the person that I talked to her about. It was, shouldn't have done it. My bad. Shouldn't have done it. The second time she said that I talked about her, and I did, but it wasn't, I mean, and here goes the big justification. Yes, I talked about her. No, it wasn't me. It was basically comparing notes with somebody who is married to somebody who has older children, but, you know, having a hard time taking any kind of advice from somebody whose children are grown and feeling like somebody can't relate, and also me dealing with somebody who doesn't have kids who's trying to put their 2 cents in and tell me how to parent my kids, and I'm like, and I do. I always had a really hard time with that. So that was the talk about thing. And again, I think it was kind of somebody who overheard and took it the wrong way. You know what? Whatever. It's all a justification. And then what else? Oh, okay. So the automobiles. When I'm quote unquote behaving and acting the way that she wants me to act and doing the things that she wants me to do, I am drove her truck anyway. I mean, you know what? It is what it is. I did. Well, she lost her shit. But the final straw was I allowed my kids, again, they're my children, to go and stay the weekend with their dad, and she lost her shit and decided that since she had raised my daughter, for 3 years, she didn't raise her, that was just not okay, and that she was done. So this is the third time that she's kicked us out, and I've not been able to maintain a full-time job because she wants me to be able to travel with her whenever she wants. That being said, she's also not willing to help with any of my bills. Whatever. I know that there are other people out there that can relate to this BS that I've had to deal with. So she kicked us out. I mean, just flat out kicked us out. And you know, yes, it makes me sad that it came down to this again. When we moved in the last time, you know, she promised the moon and stars and this wouldn't happen, and she loved me, and blah, 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 blah. And I don't know. I just don't feel like she really understands what it means to really love someone. And this is something that I had talked to her about previously. I had told her that I didn't feel like she understood what unconditional love was. I've always felt like it is very conditional, that she loves and she shows love when it looks good, or makes her look good. But when it doesn't, then she has no time for it. I mean, I used to kind of, the kids actually had joked about it. I mean, the kid, anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But we all enjoyed being out of the house more than being in the house, because when she was out of the house, she was a completely different person. She spent money freely and looked to be the perfect doting step-parent and perfect doting girlfriend / wifey, and I mean, everything just great and fantastic. But the minute that we were home or behind closed doors, it was a completely different situation. I mean, she wouldn't talk, or she would ignore people, or she would go in her bedroom and close the door, or, I mean, it was just, and you never knew who you were going to be dealing with. I mean, it was kind of uncomfortable. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. I will probably get back on later, and I don't know, tomorrow, the next couple of days, read you maybe the journal entry that I had been talking about, just so you get an idea. And you know, if you know who I am, if you know who my girlfriend is, great. What I have noticed is when people figure out who she is, they go right back to her and say, oh my God, she's talking bad about you. Because again, they see the warm, kind, fun side of her. They don't see the mean as a fucking snake, excuse my French, side that my kids and I got to see. So anyway, I guess that's it. Hope y'all have a great day. Later today, I'm gonna do a live on Facebook. I'm kind of nervous about that. I'm selling paparazzi jewelry, which is fun and cool, but it's the whole live thing kind of freaks me out. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye.